world be like without steel tubular track coasters? Only wooden coasters would exist, and inversions would be non-existent. The steepest coaster angle would be 70 degrees, not over 100 as we know today. So where did the spark of imagination to start this design come from? The answer is none other than Mickey Mouse Man, Walt Disney. It's 1954 in Anaheim, California, and plans to turn a large orange grove into Walt Disney's Disneyland were afoot. The plan was to turn the land into the happiest place on earth in no less than a year. Only a few trees have been planted as wind breaks. Fast forward a year and the park was ready for opening. The opening day was hyped up in the media as the park was the first of a kind. A crowd gathered at the entrance ready to experience an amazing day. As the gates opened, the crowds piled in. The temperature rose and the asphalt laid the same day melted, leaving ladies' heels to sink into the ground. Plumbing issues caused water fountains to be unavailable, leaving Pepsi the only cold drink sold. Many rides broke down, and to top it all, a gas leak caused hundreds to flee a certain park area. The day was a total failure, leaving many demanding a refund. 5 years later, the park was maintaining steady high figures. So Disney decided a new large park addition was required to maintain this flow of traffic. 3 rides were designed, including a submarine voyage and the Matterhorn bobsleds, inspired by Walt Disney's trip to film Third Man on the Mountain, in which he saw the real Matterhorn firsthand. It was originally designed to be a scenic cover over one of the new Skyway pylons. Walt developed the ride into a large mountain which the Skyway ran through, and including the 2 racing coasters, named Matterhorn bobsleds. Disney approached Arrow, a leading coaster designer, to invent a new system of roller coaster for the rides. The idea was simple, creating 2 continuous steel tracks connecting by steel supports that a set of 3 wheels could hug. It was this radical 3-wheel set design that enabled inversions to be invented, as they enabled the car to stay attached to the track in any situation or orientation. They could also be mounted to points of articulation on the carriage, which enabled tighter corners and tighter rolls. The 2 racing coasters weaved in and out of the mountain and dropped and turned around each other. For a braking system, lakes were used, which also doubled up as atmospheric when they caused a large splash. The mountain also had extra uses. Actors in Mickey Mouse and other Disney costumes performed a climbers show, and in the peak, a basketball court, now removed, was built for the climbers to relax in. The ride opened to huge success, with even royalty riding it. In 1978, the ride was totally revamped. New carriages were added, new tunnels were added around the track, and most famously, Harold the Yeti was added, a huge 6-foot audio-animatronic beast that haunts your Matterhorn expedition. In actual fact, 3 of these Yetis were produced. One is at the top of the mountain for both tracks, and the other 2 are positioned lower on the mountain, one for each track. When the Skyway system was removed from the park, some of the holes left were filled in, whilst others were filled with crystals and a crate reading Wales Expedition in tribute to the late Frank Wales. It is a tribute to the designer of the ride that is still operational 50 years on, and, if rumour is to be believed, brought the concept of Disney World Space Mountain and Expedition Everest to the table. In the words of Walt Disney, Disneyland will never be completed. It will continue to grow as long as there is imagination in the world. Matterhorn bobsleds are truly deserving of their continued fame and position of a groundbreaker. Who knows where thrill rides would be if Walt was still alive? Let's now ride one of his greatest creations, Matterhorn bobsleds.